Good afternoon, everyone. A hearty welcome to the 77th Foundation Day celebration of Woodlands Multi-Speciality Hospital. We are delighted to have amongst us Mr. Gautam Ray, Board of Director of Woodlands and President, RPSG Power Sector, Dr. Rupali Basu, our Managing Director and CEO, our esteemed clinical directors and senior management team. Also amongst us is Mr. Rajiv Soni, who is the author of a coffee table book on Woodlands that we are going to release today. And Mr. Sudeep Dey, the West Bengal chairman of CAHO, the Consortium of Accredited Healthcare Organizations. Woodlands was born in 1946, a year before India gained independence from the British. Ironically, the hospital itself had been built for the British. To delve into the history, the Woodlands has started its journey as East India Clinic. Through the next 77 years, Woodlands has kept us with the times, brought in pioneering technology, always had the cream of Kolkata's doctors and the very best nursing team as it journeyed to be a premier multi-speciality hospital. That brings us to our main activity of the day, the unveiling of the Coffee Toffee book, meticulously put together by Mr. Rajiv Soni over a period of 2 years. The book shadows the starting years and chronicles some of the significant firsts of the hospital. With further ado, I would request our Managing Director and CEO, Dr. Rupali Basu, Madam, to release the coffee table book aptly called The Legacy of Healing. Madam, please, if you could come forward.
Okay, give me the bag. So, why don't you all give it to everyone?
So please, Shiraj, please hand it to all our dignitaries. With the dais.
Some of you have to just collect. Everybody has to move around and collect. Give it to everyone, please, everyone open. And somebody should collect the wrappers. Please collect it all. Just keep it. সুজয় এখানে আরেকটু কাউকে আসতে হবে pass away the wrapper.
So the coffee table book has been distributed to our senior, all our clinical directors. And now,
why don't we show
the moment
the cover to for a photograph?
So photograph.
My lens, please. Everyone look here.
Everyone, upore pechon dike diye na.
Yes.
Don't cover your faces, please. Keep your faces. This is for the memory. Chaptoshi, you need to be here. Sujoy. Sujoy also need to be here. Sudeep. Sudeep. Sudeep, come here. Come that side. This side, wherever.
That side, Here we go.
Let's
see now.
Mujit, you're done?
No.
Please be fast. Smiling faces,
Once
please.
more.
Say cheese. No tea.
Yes.
Tea is okay.
Big round of applause, please.
One round of applause.
request our clinical directors to say a few words if you have to say anything to say, because it's a journey we have been proud of.
Rajiv, you want to say?
Yeah.
You can touch
Mr. Soni, who has been
Please sit.
I need a photo with him. So,
Rajiv,
Good afternoon.
AC, put on the AC.
As my friend here said, this has been a labor of love for the last 2 years. Usually when we do a book, we have a kind of a big picture, like a jigsaw puzzle, and we put the jigsaw puzzle together, and a big picture emerges. In this case, with all respect, I have to say this, we had the big picture, but we didn't have the jigsaw puzzle pieces. So it took us 2 years to explore. We also found out a lady who's 101, who died recently, how she gave birth to a daughter who's 88. We traced her in America. We spoke to Vikram Seth, who was born here. Rupalini gave us the Amitabh Bachchan input that he would probably would not have been an actor or whatever. He had a big lump which was removed in 1962. It's all there in the book. And so all that. It's been a great labor of love. Could not have done it without inputs from Dr. Basu and CFO there. Dr. Lalit also helped out in a lot of historical and archival equipment. And of course, Rit Basu was the one who has ever corrected my English. Thank you very much. It's been a labor of love. I like a photo
With everyone.
with you.
Me and Daksha, okay? Two of us. And I think we have so many seniors who have been with the organization for so long, so we have to hear some snippets from your. Kolata, why don't you start?
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm as old as the hills actually, only we don't have any hills over here. Woodlands for me always has given me that personal touch. You see, I come back because it is not a very formal place. It's a very informal place. And there has never ever I've been with Woodlands for about 35 years now. There's never been any pressure from the management on the doctors, you must give me so much, which is what happens in the corporate sector, that we must have so much business from you. Woodlands has never ever gone that. I think that is a huge plus point. We have the freedom to work and practice as we like, and that's a great thing.
And that will continue forever.
Wonderful.
Never Vishwajita?
Right, I think, Woodlands has a soul, which is probably first lit up by dignitaries like Dr. B.C. Roy, I think, as a member. And that light is still there. We still, and the best part of Woodlands is that the body has changed, but the soul hasn't, and probably it wouldn't ever. And it is the best blend of heart and head, and some empathy, which is a rare commodity nowadays, and not particularly seen in other hospitals. Thank you very much.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have been able to come to Woodlands from time when I was a toddler and accompanied my father, who was a doctor, on his visits to this hospital in the late 1960s. And then in the late 1970s with my mentor, Dr. Ashok Banerjee, who I used to assist at this hospital. And then 1994 onwards, when I've been working in the city as a urologist, particularly the last 20 years where I've been more or less exclusively working here. So I think Woodlands is very, very special because it gives that individual care to patients, and it's great to be part of a team of doctors. And there is no specialist either in the city or in the country who will say no if I ask for help at Woodlands. They will come to Woodlands and do it for me. We've had people coming from all over the country to come and operate here. So it's a pleasure to be a part of a very strong team and a legacy of healing as this book has been named.
Absolutely. Thank you. Tushar?
Well, when we talk about Woodlands, it really is a nostalgia for me, because the first time I entered in Woodlands is as an assistant to our teacher, great teacher, Professor Bhupesh Laidi, who is no more. But that was about more than 3 decades ago. And now for last more than 2 decades, I'm attached to Woodlands as a consultant. And Woodlands always had a name, big name in maternity and child welfare. That was the main forte of Woodlands. And I'm happy to say that I'm attached here as a gynecologist. And we have had quite a few challenging cases where we could actually succeed. And I'm very grateful to the Woodlands Authority over the generations and the managements, which have kept ahead of time, abreast of time, and have done the needful. I'm happy to say that we could actually start at one point of time an operating theatre attached to the labor ward, which was not available in majority of the hospitals in Kolkata. And then we could start the minimally endoscopic surgery. And there were many firsts which had happened in that particular minimally access department, which we're very proud of. We have done 2 workshops, national workshops and local workshops of laparoscopic surgery and urogynecology in Woodlands over the last 10 years or so. And I think the name of Woodlands, at least in gynecology and maternity child welfare, is firmly established, and we hope to do more. Thank you.
It's been a privilege to be part of this team because I do not belong to Kolkata originally, and when as a student in the earlier days, Woodlands was the only place where the intensive care unit practice was taking its birth in Kolkata. So probably Woodlands was the only place where, apart from PG Hospital, where the ICU was really, really great. And as a student, I was looking forward to be a part of Woodlands Hospital, Operation Theatre and ICU. That time, Professor Dinamoni Banerjee used to run the show. And well, I think I'm privileged that I'm being able to kind of being a member of this family now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Having been part of this institution for quite a long time, I have seen the transformation, as you have been telling that it was basically an gynae and sort of, and we have seen the transformation, as you have said, that beyond SSKM Hospital, we had the first ICU here, which has transformed into critical care as well as and multi-specialty hospital with dialysis units and all these things. It is one of the first in the city to have a dialysis unit after Calcutta Hospital and PG Hospital. So we are really very proud to be associated with this particular institution. And as Kullan has said, that this institution doesn't provide any pressure on the doctors. That is the most important part. We don't hesitate to do anything that we want to do. That is the best part of these Woodlands. I am being associated with other institutions where there is a lot of pressures on the doctors. I think that should continue for the future for our doctors.
Absolutely. It will.
Yeah. Woodlands, I mean, the progress of Woodlands is actually, it shows the progress of medicine in the city of Calcutta. My association started back in 1979, and I remember Professor Ashok Banerjee asked me to do a first endoscopy in Woodlands. And at that time I used to carry my endoscope and do the endoscopy. Professor Bhupesh Mukherjee and all the teachers that at that time they used to send the first case and the photograph. I don't know whether we have got it. We have to do it in the emergency. Again, the most important thing about Woodlands is this informality. Everybody could come, they can do their work, and even just prior to Corona, I had a meeting here and I called some people from Mumbai. They said, oh, Woodlands. And this chap all the way came here, not a doctor, but they came here, pharmacology, and we had a little bit of discussion about inflammatory bowel disease. So Woodlands is something which is beyond, like the formal hospitals that we have, particularly the corporate culture that we have in other hospitals.
Ranjit?
Yes.
Why don't
Now, for me, this place is very nostalgic. I started here, like Dr. Ghosh says, when we were medical students. First came with my boss, Professor Kalyani Mukherjee. And then that time, Woodlands were full of legendary bosses who made this place the best birthing unit in Calcutta. Even 5 years ago, we also had that prize that we are the best birthing unit here. They always worked as a team. I've spent nights when I was house surgeon in the labor room. The nurses, they looked after us like mothers. They knew we are coming from hostel. Food was kept, and we all worked like a family. And this place, many major cases has been solved. We even delivered people at age of 52. That was a challenging pregnancy here. And I wish that we will take this legacy ahead and will build up another unit in this premises, which will be the top in future. Thank you very much.
Mr. Ray, you have to say something.
Dr. SB.
Oh, SB. Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am here for the last 22 years. Woodlands is a hospital. Rather than hospital, earlier it was nursing home, but it is a hospital, but it has its own characteristic. It does not match with other hospitals. Woodlands is patient friendly, doctors friendly. Here, everybody can say their own words. And there is no pressure from the management, as every senior consultant has told. So we are very free and there is no pressure. And most important is, initially it was mainly gynae hospital. From there it has been transformed to cardiac, critical care, and at present we are having all specialties. And what we are present at today, it is, we are carrying the baton. Earlier, all legendary consultants are there. They gained the reputation of the hospital. And subsequently, we are having so many good consultants, and everybody is free to come here and work. In the city, if some consultant is coming to see some patients here, there is no objection. At the same time, if we are going to some other hospital, they will not allow us to see their files. That is the beauty of the Woodlands. And so from every part of the country, any consultant is coming, and they are equally welcome. There is no inhibition from the hospital management or not from the consultant. We are so open. And what we are doing, our treatment, not here, what we are writing here, our prescription is honored. Prescription is honored in abroad, US, UK, anywhere. So in that respect, our quality of service is as good and as standard of US and UK. So in that respect, we are having that proud that what we are doing, it is medically and ethically 100% correct. Thank you.
That's so rightly said, and we'll continue to be like that forever. Call the motion 2-3 minutes. We'll just finish up. Anyone else wants to say something from there? Shomitra, you want to say? Please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Comparing with my esteemed seniors, I have been here for fewer years. But over these years, I have seen there has been a lot of change and upgradation of technology, keeping us abreast or ahead of the city in many aspects. But what I have observed, the core values, it is the relationship between the doctors, in between the disciplines, and the relationship and the trust between the patients and the doctors, as well as the love and affection we get from our support system, from FBA, and the constant encouragement from our management. It has been, the core values remains the same, while the outer shell is always improving to keep us at par with all the advances in the healthcare, but the core values, the soul of the institute remains as such, and we feel no pressure or anything working here. We can work with a free mind, keeping the values as it was long back.
Thank you.
So I would thank everyone on this occasion.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone.
Una, you're in the corner. You want to talk about the laboratory services?
I have been here for another 10 years. It has been a great experience for me because if Woodlands is the body, then the laboratory is my heart. Basically, we drive it and we love to be in the lab. We try to do, over the period of time, there has been increase in the scope, the accreditation process has been accomplished, and hopefully we'll get to do more things in the near future. It has been a great, wonderful experience for me. Thank you.
So can I say something on behalf of the patient, which is me? I've been coming here for the last 26 years. Okay, some of you are.
As a patient?
As a patient, I was with Tata Steel, so this was the place we were chosen. And even today I get a choice, but I'll never go anywhere else, even if it's for, and it's not only for my whole family. My son flies out from Bangalore to get, if he's get a hernia operation and a gallbladder removal, says no one else but Dr. Dryas will do it. And I'm myself under treatment of Dr. S.B. Roy here, who was more surprised than me that I had to get a stent put in. So, thank you, all of you, for keeping me healthy.
Why don't you say something?
Thank you very much to say something in these occasions. I have liked to be joined with you all. And I, over here in this Woodlands nursing home, I have forgotten when I joined. It may be 26 or 28 years old. I'm very happy with the Woodlands for so many years. Now I have heard that the character, the style and the look of the Woodlands is going to be changed.
No, it will remain the same, sir. Will get a new block.
It will be like this. Great.
So it will remain the same.
But I have now become 87 years old, and my name should come in the Guinness book that person 87 he is doing surgery and the conservative treatment for this nursing home. I wish that if the look of the nursing home is going to change, please the character of nursing home remain as it was.
Well said.
It must not be changed. See that we can remain like before and we can give service like before, so that our integrity in the society and in West Bengal will remain same as it was about 28, 30 years ago.
The expansion has been is very need of the hour because of population has increased, the new specialities have come in, the way we operate things have improved, which is for the sake of the patients only. So expansion has been in our mind for since quite some time, actually more than 15 years. But we have finally been able to kind of break some portion of half of our hospital and make the new block. But at the same time, I think the old character of the the main heritage block, we call it, that will remain there. And the soul will always remain Woodlands. I think that will never change. So we'll never change that. Never. Our forte, our legacy is the 796 doctors that we attached with us. At some point when I was operating in some other hospitals, I was counting how many doctors had attached with Woodlands. At that time it used to be, I think, about 1200 or so. So some of them might have gone out of our list. But the rest of the list of doctors that we have, we treasure them with a lot of love and respect. So that will continue to have. I think the last few words from Mr. Dev.
No, I feel very much privileged and proud to be here, and particularly in an occasion when we are celebrating the legacy.
Absolutely.
Thank you all, because it is you who actually has made it happen. Listening to all of you, what I was thinking, that contrary to our belief that the pressure is the only deciding factor for performance, but that's not really the truth. Incidentally, I also represent an organization only 120-year-old, CSC, and we have a huge emotional connect with Woodlands. City of Calcutta was electrified 10 years after City of London was electrified. It is as old as that. We have been identified as a IEEE milestone, the company. I have a personal emotional touch. Both of my daughters were born here. So thank you all. And we expect that with the project, what the team has taken up and the group behind it, Mr. Goenka and the whole of our PSG group, I think we will see a very, very bright future to come. very, very soon. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam, for those nice words, and thank you to all our directors for carrying this legacy and those nice words. So next up, it is our proud privilege to convey that Woodlands Hospital has got the coveted CAHO membership. CAHO is a consortium of accredited healthcare organization. As a hospital under the guidance of our MD and CEO, Dr. Rupali Basu Madam, who has played a pioneering role in bringing accreditations in the country and specifically in Eastern India. We believe accreditations help us standardize service and reach the next level when we deliver care. Woodlands has recently got the CAHO membership, and we are glad to have with us Mr. Sudeep Dey, the West Bengal State Chairman of CAHO, who will hand over the certificate to us. May I request Mr. Orindom De Sarkar, DGM Hospitality and Service Excellence Woodlands, to receive the certificate from Mr. Sudeep Dey. Please, if you could come forward.
Arnav is also the head of quality. So that's right.
So proud moment for Woodlands Hospital.
So in Calcutta, we are only 5 who are member of CAHO, so we are in that top 5. But we will definitely be doing our JCIA, which is the final deal. When we don't know, probably someday we'll definitely be part of the American. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So as we go to the last part of the program, as we all know that I'm dressed in pink, and everyone, Madam, CEO Madam Dr. Malti, everyone has been wearing a shade of pink. Even if you don't have a shade of pink in your dress, I'm sure you have the pink in your heart, and please keep your heart pink forever. So, may I now ask Dr. Malti Purkai, Chief Operating Officer Woodlands, to present the vote of thanks. Madam, please. Yeah, please.
Oh, you wanted to talk from there?
Good afternoon again, and wishing everyone again a very happy Foundation Day, this 77th Foundation Day. It's indeed a proud day for us, and to have all the senior clinical directors and our director with us. I would like to tell you all that we are now into the project, the new project that is coming up. It is a dream of our chairman and our Mrs. Chairman, Mrs. Preeti Goenka, to have a hospital, a state-of-the-art hospital, and one of the best hospitals in the country. So we are onto it in full swing now, and operationally it's going to be a huge challenge, and I hope it will all go off well, and we will do our best to continue the same service to the patients. I would like to thank our director, Mr. Gautam Ray, for giving us this valuable time and be here on this day and for the release of the book. And my sincere thanks to all our clinical directors and the heads of departments to be here and spend so much time with us. Also, I would like to thank Mr. Rajiv Soni for coming up with the book. And Sudeep, of course, he is a colleague and we're proud of him. He's become the chairman of the CAHO of West Bengal. My sincere thanks to all of you once again. Thank you very much. And I will end this program with a promise that we will give the best service to the patient during this period, the three years that project will be.
With our help, all of us.
Yes, and I will request your cooperation also.
No,
Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have some khawa dawa or not?
yes.